You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit right now with a young man that I've known since he was a little boy, Dan Bublitz Jr. Dan, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing really good. How are you, John?
I am fantastic. A fellow Huronite, Dan.
That's right.
We grew up just a few blocks apart, right?
Yeah, same neighborhood, pretty much.
Yeah, and I'm older than Dan, so he's still young whippersnapper in my eyes, but he is one of the founders of the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. What year did you guys do the first one? I'm trying to think back when this started.
The first year was in January of 2017. We actually started planning in 2016 is when we started planning it, and then the first one was the first successful one was in January of 2017. We spent that whole year planning and it was a great event. It was we joke because it was started as a joke, and here we are going into our 8th year.
And 8th and final year, and I'm sad that it's coming to a close, but I also understand a lot of the people that are involved in putting this on, you guys all have successful comedy careers. You're living elsewhere now, and several of the other people that are involved in this, very involved in other things. So I understand that it doesn't just take care of itself. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into making something like this, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we had a whole board of directors that are involved, and and again, like you said, everybody that's involved, because we're all volunteers. Nobody gets paid for this. We're a nonprofit. Everybody that puts time into, which we're very grateful, volunteers that time as far as on the organization level goes. And life happens, Pete. Life gets busy for everybody. You have other interests and things like that, and it's hard to keep something like this going. And we just, we made the hard decision that while we enjoy it and we love the impact that it's made on the community, that it's better to just, to end on that high note.
Yeah.
Instead of, you could pass it along to somebody, but then who knows what'll happen to it, So
and that's kind of
one
like
of the things.
Taking a page out of the Seinfeld book. They were the #1 show when they decided to quit. And this festival is known all around the country. When I talk to stand-up comics in other states, when they find out I'm from Sioux Falls, they'll almost every time mention Snow Jam Comedy Festival.
And that's great. And and that's just it. I mean, that's the reputation that we have with the festival, and and it's been years building that, trying to put on a good festival for the comics and for the audience members and the community, and most importantly, while raising money for local charities. We are a nonprofit, but we give our net proceeds. Every year we pick a charity partner. This year, our charity partner is the Dakota Academy of Performing Arts, which their mission is they're helping students find their talents in theater, and so we're excited that even though this is going to be our last year, we're kind of it feels like we're passing on our legacy because we're donating our net proceeds to another organization that helps foster performing arts and artists.
That. I think it's really cool. And there's quite the selection process to be one of the comics at Snow Jam Comedy Festival. It's not just like, oh, hey, I want to do this, so I just show up. They have to submit a video, and then a whole bunch of somebodies have to go through and watch all of these videos. And I remember saying, oh, I want to do that. That'd be fun. And I did it one year. And it was fun. I had so much fun, and I was laughing all the way through it. But here's the thing I didn't like. I'm like, I want to pick everybody. Like, we got to narrow this down.
I know.
How many people submitted this year?
It's so hard.
Because
this year we had just about 200 submissions.
Yeah. So think about that, folks. 200 videos from comics who, this is what this is. These comics are not only saying, hey, I'd like to come to Sioux Falls and be a part of your show. They're saying, I would like to come to Sioux Falls at my own expense to come and help you raise money. I think, for a good cause. So these are some of the coolest, they're already funny because they're comics, but they're some of the coolest, nicest, kindest hearted people you will ever meet. And I just think that in itself is amazing.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, 200 doesn't sound like a lot of submissions until you have to weed it down to 30. Because that's just it. Like you said, we don't have room for everybody, so we have to make those hard decisions.
And 200 times 5 minutes each, that's like 100 minutes of watching comedy. And it's not just watching, because you got to watch it, and then you have to go through and rank, okay, this, and, so it takes probably twice as long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always joke when we're anytime I'm involved, because I'm involved in other comedy festivals throughout the years. And anytime you get into the submission phase of it where you got to watch those videos, I always joke about how much I hate comedy because
every joke sounds the same at this point.
Yeah. It's like when you have to watch so much comedy, you're just like, oh my God, I hate comedy now.
Well, it is so much
but
fun.
I really don't.
and the exciting thing, over the next couple of weeks, between now and the festival, January 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st, between now and then, you're going to hear from a lot of these comics. And we might not hear from everybody, but we're going to certainly try to get everybody on the radio. And we do a quick little interview, kind of find out a little bit about them, and then, remind folks to get tickets. Tickets are available for all of the shows right now. The longer they wait, some of these shows are going to sell out and they won't be able to get tickets. But where do I go if I want a ticket for any of the shows right now?
Yeah, if you want to get tickets for the shows, I will say we're still adding a couple shows to the calendar, but most of our big shows are on the website now, and the rest will be coming throughout the next couple of days. But you just go over to snowjamcomedyfest.com, click on the ticket button, and that'll take you to all the tickets. We have you can get tickets for individual shows, or what I recommend doing if you want to go to a bunch of the shows, we have the VIP badge. It's $100. It gets you into every show, and we have 9 shows, and the ticket prices for just the individual tickets range from $15 to $20. So that's a very good value, $100 for 9 shows, and that includes like 5 showcases. We have a couple theme shows. We have some headliners. We're bringing back Sean Jordan. Sioux Falls' own Sean Jordan is coming to headline a show. And, of course, one of the original founders and one of the members of The Whitest Kids You Know, Timmy Williams, is also coming back to headline a show as well. So it's going to be a fun weekend of comedy.
It is going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to hear from a bunch of these comedians. And they're not just people from this area. They're scattered all over the country. And some of the funniest people. And like I said, they're paying their own way to get here. The festival usually gets some hotel rooms, so that's kind of a nice thing. And when they get here, they kind of pay for their own expenses. But this is a group of people that you're not going to find a nicer, kinder group of people. They're literally investing in themselves and investing in this festival and investing in this community for this nonprofit. So it's just a great group of people to know. And again, thank you for doing what you guys do to put this on. Yes,
thank you. And thank you, John, for you've always been a big supporter of Snow Jam in our entire history. So thank you so much for all the support you've given us. It's meant a lot to us.
Absolutely. It has been a whole lot of fun. Dan, I will see you in a couple of weeks, my friend.
Sounds good, buddy. I can't wait.
Again, snowjamcomedyfest.com, and it's SNOJAM, snowjamcomedyfest.com. And I've got a link to it as well on our Facebook page, facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for Back to the Basics in Healthcare with Balanced Life Chiropractic. We've got Dr. Harley on her week off. How you doing?
Hey, John. I am doing fantastic. I hope everyone listening had a great Christmas. It's always a beautiful time of year just to be with family and friends.
And we've got New Year's coming right up, and there's probably some people that don't want to hear this right now, but if we're talking about New Year's resolutions, you got a few days left before those kick in. But if that's something that's on the front of your mind and you're thinking, better health in the new year, new you, new year, I suggest you connect with Balanced Life Chiropractic. They could probably reach out next week, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you reach out this week, we might not get back to you as quickly as you'd like. Email's probably the best at info@BalancedLifeSD.com. Phone calls, we're not going to be in the office, so we won't be able to return those, but email, we'll be able to check on those and get back to you. Or Facebook is another great way as well. But, this time of year, everyone always starts thinking, okay, well, how do I want 2024 to look? How was 2023? Did I, do the goals? Did I get things? Maybe 2023 wasn't your year. And you're like, okay, 2024 is going to be the best year yet. Well, a simple way is like, look, maybe you don't know what you want to do yet. Look at how you want the year to go. What are some of the goals that you would like to have? If it's, I want to be able to lose 10 pounds, or I want to fit in these jeans from high school, or, I want to be happier, healthier. That's a big picture thing. Make sure then you have some little goals that you can achieve along the year. And maybe you don't hit that big picture, but if you achieve some of those small goals.
Baby steps.
Right. It's still success. It's like we focus so much on this big, large goal of the year. And if we don't hit that, it's like, well, that year was a failure. I didn't get it done. Yeah. Do you have another year? We have approximately 80 years worth of life at least.
Yeah, I hope that'd be good.
So, maybe you don't get it this year. Maybe it's in 20 years, as long as you're working towards those goals.
And that's the thing, work towards it. Doesn't mean you have to hit it today or tomorrow, but if you start working towards it, you're going to feel better.
Right. And if your goal is to get healthier, eating less or exercising more, and you have a week where you don't get that, don't beat yourself up. Just start over the next week. I know it's easier said than done, but I think that's a big thing that in January, everyone's like, oh, I'm going to hit the gym, and we do it for a month, and then we kind of fall off it, and then we never return until January again, right?
Well, and if you get off course, if you steer yourself back on course, you can still get there. Just steer yourself back on course.
Right. Maybe you'll be, behind a little bit on your goals, but that's okay. But, making small, bite-sizable goals is going to help you to achieve that big goal that you want to make.
I made a goal this year to lose 100 pounds in 2023, and to hit that goal by the end of the year, I only have to lose 125 more pounds. So,
hey, that's okay. Every year.
So I kind of went the wrong way on that one.
It happens.
If somebody listening would like to get some good advice from you, definitely not from me, but if they'd like to get some health advice from you, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, John, I feel like you probably have different types of life advice. But,
I've got plenty of things. Right. If you need advice, I'll give you some. It's not worth much, but
right. If you're looking at creating healthier, happier habits for the new year for you or your loved ones, chiropractic is a great thing to add in. Even if it's just the consultation, come in and talk with us. We can talk, figure out what's going on with you, and even give you some tips of things if you're not ready to start going to a chiropractor. Or if you are, we're here for you. You can reach out to us on our Facebook page at Balanced Life Chiropractic, or you can give us a call at 605-215-1785. We'd love to chat and let you know how we can help you achieve your New Year goals.
Very nice. You can also find them online, and that's got their phone number and link to their Facebook page, everything at the website BalancedLifeSD.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at BetterCreditCards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at BetterCreditCards.com.
Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, December 27th, 1927, Sioux Falls had its very own airline. Dakota Airlines would charter passengers to regional stops at a relatively nominal fee. A retired U.S. Army pilot by the name of Harold W. Tennant bought his very own plane in 1921 with the intention of getting it back into the sky and flying recreationally. However, after a few years of stunt flying and barnstorming, he realized there was a demand for chartered passenger flights and cargo deliveries. In the beginning, you had to stop by a downtown grocery store where Harold worked to reserve your flight time. But by the end of the year, in 1927, Tennant had enough clients that he went into business for himself under the name of Dakota Airlines. Within a few years, he would begin providing flight instruction along with his air taxi service out of Renner Field, a 118-acre field owned by George Renner, located just north of Sioux Falls. A salesman flew into Renner on September 8, 1928 with a new model plane for Harold to try out. The salesman hoped to get Harold's approval before flying up to the South Dakota State Fair in Huron and trying to commission a few sales. Unfortunately, a flaw in the plane's design led to a tear in the wing during the test flight, and Tennant and a young man flying with him died in the tragic crash. Air service continued out at Renner Field until 1935, when a bigger field that had been set up in Sioux Falls became the central hub for flying in this area. This day in Sioux Falls history has been brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Hey, this episode of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour is done. Now, there are times during the bonus hour I'll mention something from our regular program, the John and Heidi Show, which is syndicated on like 300 stations around the country. There's actually a podcast for that as well. So if I mention something that you're going, hey, whatever happened? He didn't talk to that person, or this didn't happen, that didn't happen. You can find that podcast at JohnAndHeidiShow.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour.